Just when you thought the month was over, a political bombshell dropped. Former House Appropriations Chair Elizaldy Co, also known as Zaldy Co, has made explosive allegations that are shaking the very foundations of the government. He claims that none other than President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. personally ordered a staggering 100 billion pesos worth of infrastructure projects to be inserted into the 2025 national budget, according to Co. These weren't just your typical legislative tweaks. He insists they were direct orders from the top. In a public statement, he didn't just name President Marcos. He also implicated several cabinet officials in what he calls a massive insertion scheme. This confession couldn't have come at a more critical time, as the 2025 General Appropriations Act is already under intense scrutiny. It casts serious doubt on how our nation's most vital infrastructure funds are being managed. What's interesting is that Co previously denied any wrongdoing. He maintained that he didn't single-handedly decide on budget insertions and was just following the normal congressional process. But now, his story has completely changed. He is claiming the sheer scale of these inserted funds is far beyond what is considered ordinary legislative work. The most explosive part of Co's confession is his claim that the orders were relayed through Budget Secretary Amina Pangandaman during the bicameral conference committee meetings. These details suggest the entire operation had presidential approval. Co alleges that this massive insertion allowed numerous projects under the Department of Public Works and Highways to be crammed into the budget, bypassing the usual checks and balances that are supposed to ensure fairness and transparency. Despite these damning claims, the fallout seems to be a story of unequal accountability. President Marcos has publicly stated that no case has been filed against Co yet, which he uses as the legal reason for not canceling Co's passport. He did promise to revoke it once a case is officially registered. Unsurprisingly, Co has also pointed a finger at former House Speaker Martin Romualdez, the president's cousin. However, reports suggest Romualdez's name isn't currently among those being considered for arrest. This detail is raising immediate red flags in both political and legal circles. In a video explaining his side, Zaldy Co expressed his deep disappointment, feeling that the entire government machinery is being used to paint him as the poster boy for corruption. Despite supposed assurances from Romualdez that he would be taken care of, political analysts are worried. They argue that Co's revelations could completely undermine the integrity of our budget process. If his claims are true, it means Congress's power over the nation's finances is being reduced to a mere rubber stamp for the executive branch. This directly threatens transparency and good governance. The fact that Romualdez, a close relative of the president, seems to be excluded from legal trouble only fuels speculation that political connections can shield you from accountability. Of course, Co's legal team is fighting back. His lawyer, Rai Rondane, has dismissed many of the corruption claims as hearsay. Rondane argues that not every budget insertion is illegal. It only becomes a problem if the projects aren't completed or if the funds are misused. And according to him, there is no definitive proof of any criminal conduct so far. Now, all eyes are on the investigators. Will Zaldy Co's confession lead to formal charges? Or will this just become another high-stakes political drama in the ongoing saga of the Marcos administration? If prosecutors decide to follow this trail, they have a monumental task ahead. They'll need to reconstruct the paper trail, pinpoint the inserted projects, and figure out who ultimately benefited, all while navigating a complex web of political influence and conflicting stories. For the Filipino public, the question is simple. Is this a turning point for reform, or just another chapter in our country's long history of budget controversies? A story where powerful names are dropped, but very few are ever held accountable. will be watching this story closely. What do you think will happen next? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis. Thanks for watching.